Hey, my name is Greg Baldwin, and I am a character designer. One of the most difficult parts about being a character designer is having a really unique and recognizable style. And it's probably the number one question that we get: how do you find that style? How do you find something that's going to make you stand out amongst all the millions, it seems like, other artists out there that are crushing it? And for a really, really long time, I was incredibly uncomfortable even trying to answer that question, mostly because I did not have a good answer. But it's clear to me now than it ever has been, as I've been taking a much closer look at my own work and what makes me happy about making it, that I may not ever reach that point, that I make a piece that I think is great, and that is okay. I think as artists, we all are really self-critical. We look at our own work and we look at how we could have improved it, how it's not our best work, and that's why we continue to get better. Because we don't see that critique as a detriment, as a failure. We see it as a new line in the sand that we need to go beyond the next time we sit down to make a piece. Those flaws that we left in our work that dissatisfy us on some core level are the driving forces for us continuing to grow as not only artists, but as people. We're looking at the world on a more detailed level. We're perceiving things that we didn't see before because we're trying to solve this continual puzzle that we've given ourselves. And that's what our work ultimately is. It's a culmination of all of our quirks and eccentricities and how we bring those together to interpret the world in a unique way and invite other people to come and experience it. And I think that might be the best part. While you might not always be in love with what you're creating on any given day, what you are creating is something that other people will continue to fall in love with and look forward to. The more you push yourself, the more they're going to want to go on that journey with you and continue to be the biggest supporters of your work. I think another thing that is worth considering about style is where it actually comes from. Style is usually born out of repetition, drawing a hand or a foot or an eye just over and over and breaking it down into the most essential shapes. And that choice is completely up to each individual artist. How they represent forms, how they represent an ear, how they represent an eye, by breaking it down into the more simplified forms, to the forms that they feel are essential to getting to the core of what that shape or form is, becomes this sort of unique shape language that is coming purely from that one particular artist. Oftentimes, the way an artist draws an ear or a hand or something else on that character is something they become well known for, something that's recognizable. Ultimately, that ends up being what their style is. But by having this kind of shorthand of building blocks and forms that they can draw from as they've practiced each individual piece over and over, it allows them to focus on the bigger picture. What's the question we're actually asking? And so by creating this sort of language of parts, we don't have to focus on learning to draw something from scratch every single time. And then the byproduct of that is that hopefully your style of how you've chosen to reinterpret these forms over time begins to permeate each piece that you make. That's how a style can be born, is out of this iterative, repetitive process, which can be really exciting. Anytime that we start making active choices to help create this sort of unique voice that each of us has, is one step closer we have to having a really unique style. Style will always be one of the most difficult aspects of being a character designer. It's the thing that you're most recognized for. But if we put the time in, and if we can kind of take a step back and recognize that really our style's been there the whole time, then we can focus on what's important. Designing truly compelling, exciting, unique, and memorable character the way only we can. So the next time you're sitting down at your table or cracking open your sketchbook and you feel yourself becoming a little too self-critical, remember, that's you telling you you believe in yourself and you have something unique to say. And I can't wait to hear it. Alright, enough of that. Let's get back to work.